I didn't have a Floyd Mayweather to stand behind me and tell me, about what's right and what's wrong.
This is corner. So you have Coach Calvin, and Coach Calvin is the head trainer, and you have Coach Kenny, who really specializes on preparing game plans specifically for opponent.
Yes.
Gervonta Davis is back training with Floyd Mayweather as he gets ready for his rematch against Lamont Roach. Mayweather says he still has Davis's back and is proud of everything he's done. He called Gervonta like a kid to him and said he doesn't take it personally if Davis speaks out. Floyd made it clear he wants Davis to win, and he hopes Davis shows more power and focus this time around.
Tank Vince out on social media. He's been through a lot, throughout his life. So, but I take my hat off to him. I'm proud of him. Saturday night we had a game plan, and a lot of times when he says certain things on social media, I say, he's to me, he's still a kid. And when I was that age, I probably would have did the same thing. I didn't have a Floyd Mayweather to stand behind me and tell me, about what's right and what's wrong. He got the job done, but my hat off to Ryan Garcia, tough competitor, tough fighter, and the best man won.
New footage from Gervonta Davis's camp in Las Vegas shows him locked in and working hard. Every sparring session looks well-planned and intense. People watching notice stronger stamina, sharper footwork, and serious focus. Sources who shared behind-the-scenes clips say Davis is in top shape, both physically and mentally. This isn't just regular training, it looks like a smart, strategic push for a big-time fight.
Yes.
When Davis left Mayweather Promotions, Floyd didn't hold a grudge. Instead, he spoke up and praised Gervonta's hunger for independence. More power to him, Floyd said, showing he still respects Davis's choices, even with the split. Their bond stayed strong. Davis wanted control of his own path, and Floyd understood. Their connection feels more like a mentor and student built on respect, not ownership.
And there's nothing like taking a kid that come from the same background as you and helping them and put them in a position to become a multi-millionaire. You meet a kid, he come up to you for an autograph. You sign an autograph for him, then I tell him, in a few years when you get older, I'm gonna work with you and I'm gonna make you world champion someday. Years later, I started working with him, helped him, pushed him to be great. And if he feels like, he's grew wings where he can fly and become his own boss, more power to him.
Mayweather is still keeping a close eye on Davis's career, especially when it comes to the pound-for-pound rankings. Some thought Davis didn't get the credit he deserved because of his link to Mayweather Promotions. Floyd spoke out, saying, being on his team shouldn't hold anyone back. He believes Davis deserves recognition. No matter the camp, his support goes beyond coaching. It's about fairness and giving Davis his due.
When is Gervonta Davis going to go somewhere in the pound for pound? Anui deserve to be in the pound for pound? Absolutely. Do Terrence Crawford deserve to be in the pound for pound? Absolutely. But what about Gervonta Tank Davis? He deserved to be somewhere also in the pound for pound.
Why don't they give him that credit?
Because he was affiliated with me.
Davis isn't leaving anything to chance. In camp, he's taken full responsibility and brought back the trusted team from his best years. He's working again with coaches, sparring partners, and specialists who know his style inside and out. They've looked at past mistakes and fixed them through intense training, smart drills, and tough conditioning. This all-around approach is meant to make sure Davis steps into the ring fully prepared.
Was anybody else who is a Tank Gervonta Davis fan nervous watching that fight last night? I was nervous after probably the third round. I was like, yeah, I don't know about this. Here's the thing. I think we all know Tank didn't take this fight as serious as he should have. In the post-fight press conference, he said he didn't know what round it was. He said he lost track of the rounds. Like, that's not like him to do that. But I think he went in with the same game plan he typically does, where he just like wears these guys down and then kind of baits them into just a crazy uppercut counter. And if you saw in the 11th and 12th round, he was going for it, but he couldn't connect it because this Lamont Roach guy, he's fast, he's quick. And as a Baltimore native, I want to take the win. I want him to win. The whole Be More DC thing, I wanted him to win. I don't know if y'all saw when Tank was getting his hands wrapped, he was yawning. Like, he didn't take it serious. But one silver lining is that he's probably not retiring now. He's got to take that rematch. Here's the thing, when he takes that rematch, when they do fight again, this fight, Tank's going to win this handily. He'll probably win it in like the 7th or 8th. But yeah, it wasn't a draw. Tank lost that fight. Yeah, he took a knee. Strategically, he took a knee, but he took a knee. Tank lost that fight, unfortunately. But I'm excited for that rematch. I feel like it's probably going to be the most watched boxing match in history.
Davis's split from Mayweather Promotions got a lot of attention. It felt personal, especially since it played out so publicly. Davis wanted freedom, while Floyd focused on structure. That clash told the story of a mentor and a rising star trying to grow on their own terms. But now, with their reunion, people are talking again. It's not just about patching things up, it's a smart move. They both seem to agree the break helped them grow, and now they're teaming up again with a shared goal.
And I expect to get respect by letting me speak.
Thank you. Floyd, I want to switch gears real quick, man. Gervonta said, I'm not signed to a single soul. So is Tank now a free agent, or is he still signed with Mayweather Promotions?
Well, this is the Mayweather Deji press conference. So I'm here to talk about Dubai. I'm here to talk about entertaining the people, having fun. And I'm not here to talk disrespectful or bad about any fighter. They say America is the land of the free. So we live, we love, and we keep striving each and every day. That's what life is about.
Davis is also reunited with his longtime coach Calvin Ford. Their bond runs deep, built on trust, respect, and discipline. Ford helped shape Davis early in his career, and now they're back together. His return brings a clear plan. He understands Davis's strengths, mindset, and habits better than anyone else. With Ford in his corner again, Davis gets not only sharp coaching, but also the steady voice he knows and trusts.
He's 100% correct. Personally, I had Gervonta Davis up a round. Because whenever you have rounds where nobody's doing anything, I'm not just going to do what most people do, and especially people that don't like Gervonta Davis, which is just give the round to the other guy because Gervonta Davis didn't manage to knock him out that round. Okay, so this is Gary Russell Jr. clearly saying, man, no, I don't think Lamont Roach won that fight. You also had Al Bernstein, and Al Bernstein, I'm telling you, is a very, very straight, fair guy. Who I don't know if he was on that call, but he used to work with Showtime. I don't know if he was on there. I don't recall if I heard him. I think it was Rolly Ronaldo that was calling it. But Al Bernstein, who was a very, very objective person, said, hey, look, no, sorry to break it to you, but Gervonta Davis won that fight. Yeah, Lamont Roach put up a really good fight, but Lamont Roach was not dynamic. He did not do anything to really separate himself from Gervonta Davis. He just kept it equal. He just tried to keep it even the entire fight. And that's not enough, again, to take the belt from the champion. Now, I do want to say that the people that thought that Lamont Roach won, I don't have any problem with that. I really don't have a problem with it at all. I personally, again, had a point for Gervonta Davis, but I can see how those swing rounds really could go, depending on who's looking at it, really could go different ways, right?
Bringing in Kenny Ellis adds another strong layer to Davis's camp. Ellis, a smart and experienced coach, is focused on tightening Davis's technique and making sure he stays consistent. Throughout the fight, he's all about helping Davis adjust on the fly and react round by round. Ellis will be key in the corner, watching Roach's moves, fixing Davis's position, and guiding any shifts in the game plan. With Ford's deep connection and Ellis's sharp eye, this coaching team is powerful. Ford knows Davis inside and out, his habits, his triggers, his instinct. Their connection isn't just coach and fighter, it's a deep chemistry. It's about trust, belief, and knowing when to push. That kind of bond helps Davis stay strong, not just physically, but mentally too, especially when the pressure is on.
Think about the fact that, that Lamont Roach was seen at a basketball game chugging a beer. And I would have added to the question that you see Lamont Roach out giving a bunch of interviews, doing the interview circuit, right? Kind of being a little bit out of character leading into the rematch. Do you think, and this is what Mill City asked, do you think that is something you guys are taking in consideration in preparation for the fight? And what Kenny Ellis said was, look, man, we're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. We know what Lamont Roach brings to the table, and he says that Lamont Roach is, we're not believing that he's out there drinking or blowing up a bunch of weight and all of that. He says what most people say, hey, we're going to prepare for the best version of Lamont Roach that is going to, that'll come for us. But the way that he saw the fight coming out was he said he sees it like the fight before, a lot of really crisp shots landing.
Lamont Roach is also taking this rematch seriously. He's coming with a cool, focused mindset. Roach has openly said he respects Davis's power and admits the first fight showed some weaknesses. In his own game now, his team is working hard studying hours of Davis's fights, preparing for his left-handed stance, and tightening Roach's fast-paced pressure style. Roach is treating this as a brand new fight. He's not relying on what happened last time. He's building a smarter, stronger plan.
How many rematches have you fought?
0.
What do you have to do to create enough separation where this don't happen again?
Whew, that's a good question. It's going to be based on my training camp. I have to push myself a little harder. If that didn't get me the win, and I have room. I definitely have room. I'm not going to lie, I have room.
You believe you fought the best Gervonta, or do you think he got some more gears?
100% for a fact. I think he might have some more gears, but I fought the best Gervonta that night. I don't want people to get it misconstrued or whatever the case may be. He's a hell of a fighter. Hell of an IQ, great punching power, good speed, and a really good boxing ability. A lot of people underrate that. Don't think because of what I did, y'all think y'all can just go in there and think y'all can have the same night, you know what I'm saying, or do the same thing. He still will go upside your head and crack you, and you know what I'm saying, you might end up on the floor. Everybody not built the same, and that's what people getting messed up. He did a whole lot of things that was good in that fight, a whole lot, and I'm telling you right now, if he wasn't as good of a fighter as he was, that would have been, you know what I'm saying? I would have steamrolled him. Don't get that misconstrued. He's still the guy he is. It's just he ran into a guy that's on the same level.
Some insiders are pointing out a key detail. From the first fight, Davis's fall might not have been from a clean shot. Reports say slippery hair product got in his eyes, throwing him off. That changes how people see the moment. For Davis's fans, it's a relief it wasn't weakness, just a strange slip-up. The fix? Simple. Pay closer attention to small details and stay locked in. Davis's team still believes in their original plan. They focused on Roach's footwork and timing, but admit they hesitated during key moments. Now, they've studied what went wrong and are making sure Davis attacks sharper and stronger mid-fight. This isn't about starting over, it's about fine-tuning what already works. Davis knows his path now, he just has to follow it under pressure.
He got a good chin. Oh, he got a good chin. If you got a good chin, okay, let's go ahead. Let's touch this. The chin ain't the only thing that can get you out of there. There's other things you can do and then go back to the chin. I won't go into details, but I look at shit different from a lot of people, man. You know what I'm saying? You got a fighter that listens, he's gonna be a hell of a fighter if he listens to what I tell him, you know? All fighters don't listen, because some missions you put them on, you gotta walk through hell to get it done. And every fighter is not willing to walk through hell. You know what I mean? But the chin is not the only thing to get a fight out of it, and the body's not the only thing to get a fight out of there. It's other shit too, you know? Yeah. You gotta hurt. I believe in hurting them. You can hurt. You gotta hurt them to get it started, you know?
Petey, thank you for the $2. People were surprised by Roach and Tank. What do you think the biggest surprise was in the fight?
It wasn't a surprise because we know Roach. It wasn't a surprise. Roach can fight. A lot of people think because a person is not popular They don't exist. It's fighters out there that can rumble. They just got to get the opportunity, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Mayweather also spoke out after the draw. He called it surprising, but not a robbery. Jeff backed Davis, saying it wasn't about talent dropping, it was just a rare off night. He gave Roach credit for being tough, but said the result shook up Davis's unbeatable image. Now, Davis has to prove he's still on top. Jeff's words show a mix of real talk and loyalty. He believes in Davis, but he knows the world is watching.
Jeff Mayweather here at the Mayweather Boxing Club. How are you doing, sir?
Okay.
You don't look okay.
No. Well, I am.
All right. Well, we got this potential rematch. Everybody wants to see Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach. First of all, are you surprised that everybody's wanting to see a rematch between these two? Because no one expected it to be a close fight in the first place.
That much is true. And me, myself, I mean, I'm a big Tank fan. And I was shocked. I was shocked at the outcome of the fight.
Who did you have winning the fight?
I had Roach winning the fight.
Yeah. Do you consider robbery, or do you lean Roach and are cool with the draw?
I wouldn't say it was a robbery. I mean, the fight was close. But if I was a judge, I would have gave Roach the fight.
All right. Talking about this rematch, what do you? I mean, so the one thing Tank always had for him, everyone, he had that kind of almost like Mike Tyson-esque, right? The air of invincibility, the knockout power. People were scared of him, that kind of thing. Do you think what Roach did to him, moving up in weight, and not being a big puncher himself, but able to withstand Tank, that kind of his air of invincibility has maybe been slightly diminished?
I won't say it's been diminished, but I do think that more people, more fighters that probably were afraid of him are not going to be afraid of him anymore.
And do you think that's almost something that could play in Tank's hand, right? Maybe we had an off day, everybody had an off day, and take him.
Yeah, everybody can have off night, but I think the one thing that is the most important thing that nobody's talking about is the fact that
Shocker Stevenson added his take too. He praised Roach for having a unique style and said Davis will need to solve some real challenges in the rematch. Coming from Stevenson, that means a lot. It shows Roach is more than just a tough opponent. He's a legit threat. Shocker's comments raise the stakes. This isn't just Davis trying to bounce back, it's him facing new tests and needing to overcome them.
What does the rematch look like between Lamont and Gervonta, you think?
I like Lamont in the rematch.
You were one of the few that kind of picked Lamont to begin with. Why was that?
I sparred with Lamont. I knew that he was a good fighter. He helped me get ready for the Oscar Valdez fight. And I knew his style, with Tank's style, what he was going to be able to bring to the table. I knew it. So,
did you really win 20 rounds?
I swear to God, on my daughter's life, I won that much money.
How different does a rematch look in your opinion, Shakur? What adjustments do you think we see from both?
Huh?
What adjustments do we see from both in a rematch?
I think I can't tell you game plans. I could be fighting these guys, so I'm gonna keep my secrets to myself. But truthfully, they both good fighters.
Do you think it's a lot different rematch, or do you think it'll be close again?
It's gonna be a hell of a fight.
How did you see Tank in that fight? A lot of people are saying maybe he's just mentally not there. What did you see?
Nah, he was the same Tank. I don't believe that. I don't got no thought in my brain that makes me think that he wasn't the person he been all of these other fights. I think he was the same person. All this stuff that he going through stuff. I mean, everybody go through stuff. So he's the same fighter. He's gonna be the same fighter throughout his career. So
Mikey Garcia gave his view and said Davis has what it takes to win his skill, and experience should carry him. But Garcia gave a warning: physical training won't be enough. He said Davis has to be mentally sharp, focused, and free of distractions. If his mind's not all the way in, he could slip up. Garcia's take is clear: Davis needs both top-tier technique and strong mindset to come out on top in this rematch.